Matt Bernier joined by Dan Illman, taking a look at a Kentucky Derby contender profile. This one happens to be one of the more lightly raced horses in the entire field. Hofburg for Bill Mott and Juddmonte Farms. He's only raced 3 times in his career, Dan. Hasn't done a heck of a lot wrong in his most recent run in the Florida Derby. He ran quite well.
He ran quite well considering it was his first start against winners and only start number 3. But let's be honest, the Florida Derby featured a wicked speed duel, a pace meltdown. Favored Audible made a big run from mid-pack to take the lead, and we see Hofburg trying hard and trying gamely to finish second behind Audible, but just no match on this day. A step in the right direction to be sure, but I think a question a lot of handicappers have to ask themselves was, is it improvement that propelled him to that runner-up effort in the Florida Derby, or was he truly pace-aided and got the best race flow?
Let's say you are leaning more toward this is talent and this horse is taking steps forward. He's still so lightly raced. At what point does the experience or lack thereof become a concern the first Saturday in May?
It's a concern because we know that this horse is not a great gate horse. This horse is probably going to be lingering near the back of the field, and you're going to have 19 others to either weave your way around or through or go all the way around. It's a difficult situation to be sure. He has upside potential. He's got the great connections in the Hall of Fame trainer in Bill Mott, and he's got the big pedigree. But don't you get a feeling when you look at this horse that he's kind of a Belmont horse in waiting? He's by Tappet, the sire that's been sort of the king of the Belmont the last few years. His broodmare sire, Touch Gold, won the Belmont. He's a half to Emollient, who is a 4-time Grade 1 stakes winner and won the Rodeo Drive at 1.25 miles. Hofburg, I would not be surprised if he gives a good, solid late run in the Derby, skips the Preakness, and maybe we've got a horse for the Belmont.
Does he get any sort of bonus points in your eyes, knowing that Bill Mott is the one we're talking about, and Bill Mott is anti-Derby fever? He's someone that only runs horses in positions where he believes they belong. The fact that he threw him to the Wolves in the Florida Derby in his 3rd lifetime start, that was already kind of a surprise. Does it make you think twice for better or for worse, knowing that Mott is the one sending this horse out in Louisville?
At a price, you think for better, because again, you're right. Bill Mott is usually very, very patient with these kind of horses. He could have waited for another spot. He could have run this horse instead of the Florida Derby. Heck, he could have run him in the Lexington, prep him for the Preakness, or just wait for a race like the Belmont. But he is showing a lot of confidence. This horse has moved forward with each and every start, and it's really going to come down to pace and race luck for Hofburg, because unlike Firenze Fire, a horse that we've already talked about in the Kentucky Derby contender profile, this horse doesn't seem to have a lot of tactical speed. He's going to be coming from out of it, and he's going to be chasing horses with a lot more experience and are a lot faster going in.
Hofburg is beautifully bred. He's light on experience, but the upside is certainly there for a very, very shrewd horseman in Bill Mott. We'll find out if it's too much too soon the first Saturday in May.